One of the co-directors of the Oscar-winning documentary No Other Land was injured and detained after a conflict that took place on the West Bank. Israeli director Yuval Abraham claimed on X on Monday that a group of settlers had beaten Palestinian filmmaker Hamdan Ballal, who was later detained by members of the Israeli military. Abraham wrote in part, "He has injuries in his head and stomach, bleeding." Tuesday morning, Abraham, who co-directed No Other Land with Ballal, posted an update to say that Ballal had been released. He wrote, "After being handcuffed all night and beaten in a military base, Hamdan Ballal is now free and is about to go home to his family." The violence took place on Monday night in Ballal's hometown. The activist group Center for Jewish Nonviolence said later that day that after residents of the village encouraged a single settler to leave, dozens allegedly appeared and attacked a couple of homes, stealing security cameras and battering water tanks. The IDF offered a different version of events in its own statement on Monday, saying the violence in the village started after, quote, "several terrorists hurled rocks at Israeli citizens, damaging their vehicles." They said both sides began throwing rocks at one another, and as IDF and Israeli police arrived at the conflict, quote, "several terrorists began hurling rocks at the security forces." Both parties said 3 Palestinians were detained after the conflict. No Other Land, directed by 4 filmmakers, 2 Israeli and 2 Palestinian, took home the prize for Best Documentary at the 97th Annual Academy Awards on March 2nd. Despite its Oscar win, No Other Land has yet to be picked up by a major U.S. distributor. Co-director Abraham has suggested that the lack of U.S. interest in picking up the project is due to the film's criticism of Israeli military and political actions. For much more on this story and all the latest updates, go to THR.com. This is the Hollywood Reporter News.